What's up, everybody? Welcome back. As you know, for quite a while I've been shooting with the Instax back on my RB67, and a couple months ago the owner of Frankinstax contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do a test on his Frankenstacks. Basically the same back for this camera, but with slightly different features, and it looks a little bit different and operates slightly different. So I said, of course, and this is my official review. So let's see what we think. All right, let's see what we've got. Got the cool Frankenstacks tape, very legit. And here we go. We've got the test shot, show that the back works. Looks like a mask for waist level finder. Mask for waist level finder. Not sure what that is. Gonna have to investigate that. Oh! So this shows the frame lines. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, you put this over the waist level finder and it shows you the actual frame lines of the square. So you know exactly what you got. That is super cool. I was not expecting that. Instructions. Some sweet stickers, like it. So I'll dig through this later. Thoroughly wrapped. So I'll just rip it open. Oh. One thing he did mention is that the dark slide is compatible with the actual dark slide on the camera itself, so they're interchangeable, which isn't the case on the SQ6, so that is a serious bonus. This is definitely very cool looking. One thing he mentioned is that oh fuck, there's film in there. Shit, well there goes that frame. One thing he mentioned is that the counter actually works on this. And I've been putting a piece of tape across the back with little slash marks to know how many frames I've got left. And he says this counter works. So that is a massive bonus if that's true. I'm very curious how you get this to eject. On the SQ6, there's just a button on the front. So I guess I'm gonna have to read the instructions. Huh, I guess there might be rechargeable batteries. That'd be cool, because I already have batteries for the other one. Yeah, I don't see any buttons on this, so I'm curious how you eject the film. Well, bummer. Okay, so it looks like there was 3 shots previously taken on this. I just blew out the 4th one. And so we'll see what I can do with the last few. I'm gonna shoot a couple boxes with this, right out of the bat with this specific model, just to like run it through its paces and then see what we've got. There it is, the Frankenstacks. Okay, so here are the main differences between the two, the SQ6 and the Frankenstacks, just visually. On the top, you have a power switch on the SQ6, no power switch on the Frankenstacks. On the front, you have all these buttons. The only one that actually does anything is the mode button on top, and that ejects the film. On this one, no buttons at all. dark side's in the same place, although I think he did tell me that the dark side in the SQ6 doesn't fit in the RB67, and this one does. So it's nice to know that if you lose it or you just want to get a replacement, they're all compatible with each other. On this, the SQ6, you don't need the power button on in order to take a photo. The film is just sitting there exposed, so it's not like you're going to ruin a photo by having the power button not on. All you need to do is turn that on to eject the film. With the Frankenstacks, there's just one button, an eject button, and that ejects the film. That's it. There's nothing else going on. The biggest change between the SQ6 and the SQ1 or the Frankenstacks is that the counter that tells you how much film you have left, that actually works in the Frankenstacks, and that doesn't work in this one. So you've noticed I have this tape on here, and every time I take a picture I have to remember to do a little hash mark, because otherwise I'd have no idea how much film I have left in the camera. This sucks for a couple reasons. You've seen the environment that I'm shooting in, and it's pretty hectic. Sometimes I mark one too few, sometimes I mark one too many, sometimes I forget 3 in a row because this is so rapid fire out there, and then I'll get to the point where I take this amazing photo, or what could have been an amazing photo, and I go to eject and there's no film in the damn camera. So that blows. That's definitely, that alone, if everything else was exactly the same, just having the counter work in the Frankenstacks is the biggest selling point to me, because that saves me all the guesswork of knowing how much film is in the camera. Altogether, I like the sleekness, I like how simple it is, and the counter is huge. So for me, it's a no-brainer. This is a way superior product for what we're doing. You know, it doesn't make any difference how it exposes the film. The film's just sitting there, you know, open to the camera, and so that has no difference. It's just functionally how they operate side by side. And to me, I will keep this because I like the option of being able to shoot black and white and color and be able to switch back and forth. But if I had to buy one, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I would definitely get the Instax or the Frankenstacks, because it's just so much simpler. There's less moving parts, and the counter. So that's it. Here are the photos that I took with the Frankenstacks over the last couple weeks, and I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Okay, so here we are testing out the Frankenstacks back with a studio light and an LED light. And I'm going to get kind of technical with this because the margin for error with Instax is so narrow that you really do have to have extremely precise measurements in order to guarantee your results. And I know some people like overexposed or underexposed photos, but not me. I like perfectly exposed photos. In order to do that, you have to measure precisely. So here's our setup. We've got the Instax on the Mamiya RB67 here. We've got the Godox 8600BM here. And we've got an LED constant light for like a rim light here. So the first thing we do is I got my, did Bentley steal that? My dog stole the damn marker on the floor. Well, I did have a place marked on the floor for where to stand, but so bulb towards the strobe, right at the exact distance from the strobe where the person's going to stand. And it measures exactly 8.0, okay? So with Instax, depending on the quality of light that you're using or the type of light you're using, you have to expose differently. And so the girl who I'm photographing has like normal, sort of on the light, more pale side of Caucasian skin. And so you need to underexpose by at least half a stop. And so we're going to start there and then see if we need to go to a full stop. With somebody who has darker skin, you might expose exactly at 800 or whatever the reading would be at 8.0. But it's different based on the skin tone, and people like to freak out whenever I say that, but it's true, because the same as if you're photographing a light wall or a dark wall, it's the same thing with skin. So that's the metering for the strobe. And so now we measure the rim light at the exact same distance. And at 8.0, it's 45th of a second. And so if I want to underexpose that by half a stop, I'm going to set my shutter speed at like between a 60th and 125th. And that should be just about right. I think I'm going to do it 125th, and we'll see how that looks. Stay tuned. Half a step forward. Okay, so with the Mamiya, depending on how far you are away from the subject, the closer you are, it starts to go down your exposure by a half stop to a full stop. So you have to remember to make sure you look at the side of your lens or the bellows to see if you're actually within that range. So I think I'm gonna set my camera to 9.5. The flash is metering at 8.0. So we're gonna do half a stop under at 9.5 and set the shutter to 125. And remember, the shutter's only affecting the ambient light from the LED. It has nothing to do with the flash. This looks amazing. Do the best for this. Good. Okay. Chin up just a little bit. Close your eyes. Breathe through your mouth. Open. And we'll cut to 15 minutes from now and see how that looks. Okay, so one of the advantages of using an LED, I mean, I guess you theoretically could do it with your modeling light too, is you can see exactly where that light's going to hit on her cheek. And so you can see it's just going right on her jawline right there and on her cheekbone. And so this should look really sick. Ooh, yeah. Two chances like this a little bit. I'm trying to slow a little bit. Yep, good. That's so good. Good. Put this with you now. Okay, so after seeing Riley's last shot with that hair light on her neck, I think it was just a little bit too bright, so I turned it down by about 10%, and so it won't be so overbearing on his jawline. But you can see it's grabbing that cheekbone just perfect, and it highlights his neck. So what you're gonna have is a bright spot over here, a dark spot right there, and then a perfectly exposed spot on this side. And that's what gives the photo depth. Like, if you've ever seen like real flat photos, like a low contrast scene, that's why, because there's only just one quality of light or one brightness of light, and so this creates three, and it gives a lot more of a 3D effect to the photo. That's it. Good job with the chin down just a little bit. Good, stay right there. And close your eyes. What I want you to just let your mouth kind of fall open and breathe through your mouth. Open your eyes. All right, so now let's see if I can show you what this looks like in there. Oh, son of a bitch, look at that. How rad is that? Okay, let me focus real quick here. Good, stay right there. Both of you guys close your eyes. Open.